but Australia only involved in this one. The first final of a women's sevens at a Commonwealth Games.
Ladies and gentlemen, the national anthems of New Zealand and Australia.
So before the finals, we will have the anthems. Look at the starting lineups of the two sides in Australia. Again, Tonegato and Caslick have been so strong for them, so very quick, the 5 replacements as well. Ellia Green will come on at some stage and use her burning pace. And New Zealand led by their captain, Sarah Goss. Portia Woodman, their outstanding threat on the wing. Tyler Nathan Wong takes the kicks. But again, as you can look across the Australian side, you can with the New Zealanders as well, and say strength everywhere. Those the New Zealand replacements. Sarah Cox of England at the centre of things for this one. New Zealand ready, Australia ready, and we are ready for the first final of women's sevens at a Commonwealth Games. Tanika Willison, it is, taking the kick-off for New Zealand, and it comes back the way of the women in black. And Williams, Niall Williams, sister of Sonny Bill, gets it back. And Kelly Brazier under pressure, and there is Williams once again. Good tackle by Emma Sykes. And the Australian defence up so smartly. Might have strayed a bit offside, but it's okay, says the referee. And Kelly Brazier a little bit loose from her this time, and Michaela Blyde trying to free herself from the challenge. Eventually Charlotte Caslick gets her down. Still with New Zealand, and Willison once again moves it out to Sarah Goss. And Goss has Woodman alongside, so off in the way, trying to find Woodman now, but Woodman instead just the securing body as it comes back the way of Fitzpatrick, and just a little nervous fumble from Fitzpatrick, which is met to general acclaim inside the Robina Stadium.
The heart rate goes a little bit higher when those two teams are playing, and already the Australians showing how adept they are at adjusting game plans. It's a simple weapon for the New Zealanders. If they get the ball to Portia Woodman, that lady on shot, left-hand side of her scrum, right-hand side of the screen, she is one of the best players in the world for a reason.
Caslick moves it out, and Australia come through Quirk, and then the play is shifted. And the pace that Australia have all around the pitch, and Tonigato can't quite get her hands on it. Little knock-on from Emma Tonigato. And so New Zealand have the scrum. You can see and you can sense the edginess inside the stadium, and you can see it from the players.
Most definitely 3 months since the last outing of these women's tournaments, and you can clearly see the world talking about how good these two teams are. And with that little bit of nerves, a little bit of excitement, fear perhaps, a fear of failure most definitely, but these teams, when they do find their rhythm, are a sight to behold.
Willison gets it going once again, and out through Brazier, and then on to Williams. Williams trying the famous Williams family offload. Finds its way to Michaela Blyde now. So dangerous in the wing, has great power, but well shackled by Emily Cherry. Still with New Zealand though. No one threatening a score yet. Here is Portia Woodman, can make something happen from nowhere, has such wonderful pace, and Woodman is away and racing down the wing. Oh, the step in field, nobody will catch her, and that is why she is the most dangerous runner in the women's game. Portia Woodman in for the first score. New Zealand strike first.
Oh, I love seeing Portia Woodman in full flight. Just so good in any type of space, let alone open space. Gets round the outside defence. Caslick just got no hope in behind. Stolen from the world of netball and celebrated regularly on the World 7 Series. Portia Woodman, be it 15s or 7s, is a wonderful player.
Commercial attempt is none too pretty. New Zealand 5-0 to the good. These two have been on a collision course really for a long time. Before this tournament, I think we knew that it was going to be these two contesting the final. They are at a slightly different level to the rest. England not too far away, and Canada perhaps just behind, but it was always likely to be a final between New Zealand and Australia. Willison gets us going again, and there is a quality restart. Blyde able to challenge for it. It comes back the way of New Zealand again. A little bit of a juggle and a fumble from Brazier, but with New Zealand once more. And Willison gives it on to Goss. Woodman again is there. This time she can't quite gather as Caslick closes in. So Australia have the scrum.
From these guys first in the tackle.
Wonderful pitches we're seeing here. The Australians trying to shut down the space. Quirk stayed on Goss, Caslick stayed on the inside, a little bit of a slap down perhaps, as we've seen. Caslick makes that shot, intimidating factor, and then flicks the hair as she walks back.
From you guys.
It's the right call. Alicia Quirk made the hit, she knocked it on. Referee spot on there with the assistant referee on the far side.
Crouch.
And now you have a set piece
Bind. Set.
with the potency of New Zealand's attack to come your way.
Back it goes once again for New Zealand, and here goes Williams. And now Williams finds Blyde, and then it goes deeper to Brazier, who flings it out through Willison, and then on to Goss once more, the captain. Lovely little slip to Willison again. Williams has support outside from Blyde, can't quite get that pass away beyond Blyde. It went into touch.
Well, now Williams, as she walks back, live it up to the name, the billing, goes round the back,
10.
Tonigato doesn't see it, but Blythe just a little bit behind. If she runs a short line, gambles it.
9.
She gets it, she cruises. Never want to stop Niall Williams trying those, but they're as tricky as a French plats.
On comes Elia Green for Australia. And we talk about the pace of Portia Woodman. Watch Green go if she gets a chance.
That is going to be one battle. But Woodman at the moment is in the forwards. She props and then holds her width out on the left-hand side.
And Elia Green is the lifter there for Australia. Caslick takes it. And the pass scooped up by Parry, one of the co-captains of this Australian side. Went backwards, says the referee. Palite trying to get it back for Australia. Lays it back now, despite the attentions of Niall Williams. Caslick has to clutch that one to her chest. And then the barreling run from Shannon Parry. Penalty to New Zealand. Holding on to the ball. And New Zealand come away quickly with it. Willison. Good work by Emily Cherry in defence. Williams does well. Opportunity now brought in for New Zealand. Skipping away left and then right. And finding support from Blythe. Tonigato can't quite get there. And Blythe is in for New Zealand. Second try. Well, Australia came into this tournament as favourites. They're leading the World 7 Series.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah.
But New Zealand have been so strong at this Commonwealth Games. And they're edging it at the moment.
And it's the power show. Woodman showing she's equally as adept over the ball. Turned the ball over in the first place. Broughton, the hot stepper, wearing out the boots in the middle. She shifts it to Blythe, who's got too much pace for Tonigato, one of the quickest on the series. Michaela Blythe equally as quick, if not quicker. Celebrations on the sideline. That is a big score just before the half.
We heard the hooter sound. The half over with the conversion attempt, which is also good. And the try of Michaela Blythe brings to an end this first half and a half where New Zealand have taken a big step towards that gold medal. They lead 12-0 at the break. Well, Australia restart the second half. A little dink restart from Emma Sykes. Can't quite get to it, but penalty to Australia. Tackling without the ball. So Australia in a good position here to try and narrow that New Zealand lead.
We'll talk about a test of character straight off the bat. Who dare fall on the ball?
So Sykes stepping away. And then it's loose, but it actually works quite well now for Australia. Opportunity as Cherry comes away and feeds on to Tonigato. Tonigato can't get away from Woodman. as good in defence as in attack, and the ball comes back the way of New Zealand through Williams and then through Willison, and Williams is in there digging away for it again. Australia trying to put the pressure on Goss. The New Zealand captain lays it back. Brazier is the blocker, protecting that ball. Broughton gives it to Williams and on to Woodman. No way through surely for Woodman there. It's a risky play as Willison moves it, but it might pay off now. Brazier then decides just to hack it downfield. And it's a race which Elliot Green will win comfortably, but what does she do after she falls upon it? Oh no, Blythe! Well, a little knock on perhaps in the challenge for the ball, and Blythe is brought back.
Well, there's an old saying, famed by Sir Gordon Tietjens, that kicking is for kung fu. But if you get in behind and isolate the defenders, there's a chance you can capitalise on it there. What a big call. Sarah Cox from Exeter in the UK manages to get back and call it as she sees it.
And black 11.
Knock on by Michaela Blythe as she was set to continue her run to the posts, meaning that Australia now have the ball in the middle of the field. Great attacking platform. Need to recycle it and get Ilya Green in the game as quick as you can.
Changes made on both sides. Cassie Staples on for Australia. Vanni Politi ready to feed here. So Woodman just taking her leave for the moment.
Hang on. Right. You guys hold it. Okay? Right, same mark again, please.
So much expectation from the crowd in the Robina Stadium for an Australian win, but they really are up against it here. New Zealand playing at the very highest level. Australia trying to find a way through with Emily Cherry, and then it's flung right by Cassie Staples. A bit of a shoulder charge comes in there as Elliot Green tries to free herself. Good work by Blythe. Elliot Green still going, not held, so can carry on. Tonegato is away. Tonegato trying to get clear of Blythe. Blythe with a tackle, gets her down. Tonegato now back to her feet, cannot do that. Penalty to New Zealand.
As we saw in the last game, as soon as that tackle is deemed to be completed, you must either offload off the floor or let the ball be played. Tonegato gets to the outside of Williams, off she goes, crowd celebrating behind, but Blythe hooks the foot. What a wonderful tackle. Tonegato stays down, that's fine.
Yeah,
she stands up, she loses the ball.
Perfect.
Brazier with the clearing kick for New Zealand. Great work in defence by Blythe. It's taken its toll. Warm in the Robina Stadium. Temperature, we're told officially 30 degrees. Didn't look the straightest. It works well for Australia in any case. Loose throw, players outside, and a chance and a score, and Australia right back in this game. Emily Cherry gets over, and listen to the crowd who still believe this can be done.
And rightly so, we are poised for a sensational finish to this game, I'm sure of it. Never easy between these two teams. One overthrow at the linehouse. Brite's eyes on the ball, look at her, eyeing at Broughton, big left foot step, off she goes round. Selfless play she puts on a plate for the co-captain. Cherry whacks it down. What a moment, what play, turnover ball, pressure personified in these big games.
And the conversion was good. So Australia within 5 points. Woodman comes back on for New Zealand. And the restart is good, but taken down well by Goss, the New Zealand captain.
Ball is out, ball is out.
Ball is out, so a fair contest, says the referee, as New Zealand have it through Tanika Willison. And then Woodman comes in to give it to Williams. And on to Brazier and Broughton. Broughton has a wonderful step. Almost makes her way past Emily Cherry. The ball loose though, and Cherry gives it on now. Opportunity here. Tonagato immediately gives it, perhaps a little bit too early to Elia Green. Blythe is upon her. Green making her way around and in for the try for Australia. Closing in on the posts as well. And Australia draw level, and they may in a moment lead with 90 seconds remaining.
Well, you just can't talk up Elia Green enough. One turnover from Sykes, ball shifted from Tonagato out to Green, so much to do. And you don't have leg strength, the ability of Elia Green, repping 200 kilograms in a gym on a back squat. She is so strong. Her pace, her power, just too much for Blythe. This is going to be epic.
And the conversion is wide, so the scores remain. Australia 12, New Zealand 12, into the final minute. After this drive from Elia Green, but the conversion missed. But again, still plenty of time for either team to score.
How crucial was that? That was as close as she could get to the post. A few more feet would have been benefited the kicker. Tentative moments now.
Emma Sykes then, such an important restart. Scoops it up. It's a good restart, but eventually comes back to Brazier. Was a little fumble, the crowd thinks so. Referee says no. The boos begin. A lovely slip to Portia Woodman from Willison. And Willison takes it on the return. New Zealand moving it about nicely. Brazier feeds it to Goss and then on to Williams again. Now out to Blythe. Blythe hands off Tonagato. And goes no further, but New Zealand a chance to win this into the final 20 seconds. On it goes through Fitzpatrick, and then Willison just fending for a moment the attentions of Alicia Quirk. Now to Woodman. Deep it goes to Brazier, the hooter sounds. A score to win it now. Woodman spills it, goes to Australian hands. They might have the opportunity. Fierce counter-rucking again from New Zealand. Penalty to Australia, so they will play on. An Australian ball. Charging forward, Emily Cherry. 3 out wide, Tonagato gives it. And Australia say, well, we'll take our chances in extra time. But they have possession. Why would you not try? I know everybody's tired there, but why would you not try? When you've got possession of that ball, why would you not try and win it with it?
Well, when you get 6 of your teammates putting your hand up asking the very same question you did, Andrew, that probably perhaps suggests it was the wrong decision from Staples. Difficult in that moment. These games of sevens are like 40 minutes of that pain you have running the 400 metres, but moments of clarity personified, and that was most definitely an error.
Oh, it was astonishing. Australia 12, New Zealand 12 into extra time. It's a golden point to win a gold medal.
Yes, thank you very much. Okay.
So they'll play for, well, 5 minutes each way of extra time, but it's just first scorer wins it. What a way to decide this gold medal.
You call it.
What a way indeed. Almost as though the cost of a tougher coin.
What end? What end?
Interesting decision there.
Okay.
So big call here if you receive or kick. Australians there deciding they want New Zealand to take the kick, for Australia to receive.
I just go back to that decision there a moment ago, though. I know it was a frantic passage of play, but New Zealand will have been just as tired as Australia. And to have possession of the ball and to kick it out, that could be a very, very costly decision.
Absolutely. Staples, the lady making that decision to kick the ball into touch. Been in the game for a year. Previously was a mixed martial artist, so not experienced in the game of sevens or the game of rugby. You talk about clarity in those pivotal moments. A gold medal match for the Commonwealths. That's where you need to have absolute understanding as a team, individually. And now it's the look of the bounce of this restart.
Gail Broughton watching nervously on, so extra time. One score to win the first gold medal of Rugby Sevens, women's Rugby Sevens at a Commonwealth Games. Australia do secure the ball though, so they will have the first opportunity. And a little fend and a break, and Tonagato is outside calling for it, but that's a risky play to try and offload from there. Gives it away to Brazier. Australia just a couple of key moments and some big decisions, and perhaps the wrong decisions, because New Zealand have an opportunity now. Portia Woodman, so dangerous on the ball, gives it on to Goss, the skipper. Australian shirts swarming around her, closing her down. Blythe now. Again, Tonagato, alert to her danger, gets around her ankles. Williams moves her out wide. Little juggle from Goss. Offloads to Woodman, must have gone forward to Fitzpatrick. Scrum ball to Australia.
It's really hard to describe the pain you're feeling in your lungs, your mind, every bit of your body screaming. Yet you have to have that one little ounce of energy, more so than the opponent, that half break. And one thing's for certain, it's far harder to be tired with the ball in your hand than it is without it. New Zealand have to defend admirably. But say it again, they've got Elia Green out wide. She is a match winner.
Emma Sykes has gone off for Australia. Shannon Parry coming on. New Zealand making a change as well. Just you can see who it is in the backs who's come on. Just remind you, first to score wins the gold medal. New Zealand put the pressure on the scrum, but Australia have it. Then the tackle comes in. It's Broughton who's on the field, and she puts in the hit on Emily Cherry. Tonagato complains. Australia have the penalty. Goss not rolling away. Tonagato has it now. Elia Green alongside her. Green then with a little fumble knock on. Oh, these are moments of unbearable tension for both these sides.
You can see what Tonagato's trying to do, get on the outside, but all you want to do is get Elia Green on the outside, give her the ball early, and then you support. You know she's going to beat the first person, and then it's a case of the offload. The nails are being removed around the stadium. Such tension.
Crouch. Bind. Set.
Willison gets that dive pass away to Brazier. And a laboured pass out to Broughton. What a step she has, though. A burling figure in midfield who carries them up over 10 metres. And Williams now. Niall Williams sets it back. Willison can't quite get to it. Portia Woodman scoops it up, but a little fumble not forward there. And Australia have the put in. And nobody yet able to find a way to the try line to win this one.
It's an arm wrestle. It's a chess match. Everything about it. It's so exciting. Woodman now packing down, keep her contained in a scrum. Has Elia Green got any more left in the tank? Polite, that was a huge play.
Crouch.
Territorially still benefits New Zealand, but it just takes that one half break, then you get energy from the crowd.
New Zealand against Fiji, waiting for the men's final, but New Zealand against Australia, all eyes here on the women's final. And attacking from deep, Emily Cherry gives it on to Elia Green, no way through there, just tries to batter aside Blythe and does well. Broughton eventually gets her down. And Australia with ball, but almost in a little bit of trouble near their own try line. Cassie Staples carried it in. Opportunity for Polite, gives it out wide to Tonagato, just has to check. Woodman in front of her, gives the pass back to Polite. Is this the try to win it for Australia? Not quite there yet, tired legs carrying her into the 22. Tonagato secures it, penalty though for New Zealand, and a groan and a gasp from the crowd. But great work by the New Zealand defence to get back there, because the try line was calling for Australia.
Well, there's some expectation if you've got Williams on the back of your shirt and your brother Sonny Bill, but that was heroic. Niall Williams not only making the tackle, clocking back some serious meters. She's played every minute of this game, and we're into the 19th. She gets the penalty, and again we say it, the platform set for New Zealand. Woodman the forward. They're going to play wide, give Blythe a shot out wide with her pace. Then they've always got the option to come back. They've got steppers in the middle. This favours New Zealand. And these last 10 seconds of extra time, exhaustion does not do it justice.
And both these sides just about the fittest in the women's game as well. But New Zealand with that precious ball. Brazier gives it to Broughton. The hooter sounds and Blythe waiting outside. Great covering tackle made for Australia by Dom du Toit. Penalty to New Zealand, so they'll carry on playing. Not approved by the crowd.
And I have to agree there, it's a big call. Sarah Cox teaming out, the ball was still in the breakdown, but it was a great counter. Sykes trying to make amends from that moment before where she kicked the ball out. She's good in the contact. I said mixed martial arts, her background, she'll grapple all day.
But it is New Zealand who have it, who have this chance. Everyone looking so tired on the pitch. Goss, the New Zealand captain, just tries to barge her way up over the 10-metre line. Williams pass over the head and finds its way to Broughton. Players at a standstill almost. Broughton gets it to Woodman. Australia get her just about to touch, and then the sledgehammer tackle comes in from Shannon Parry. But New Zealand still have that ball, and space might appear somewhere else with these tackles firing up. Brazier shrugs off the challenge of Dom du Toit, and Brazier threw herself now and racing with 3 gold shirts chasing her. But it's Brazier for the corner. Can anyone get to her? Brazier for New Zealand and for the victory, and the gold medal is theirs. Australia denied, and New Zealand can begin their celebrations. They have won the first gold medal in women's rugby sevens at the Commonwealth Games. And what a way to do it. What a game to close it out. What drama to the end.
Oh, and such emotion on the pitch. Extra time of extra time. Approaching 22 minutes of play in this game of rugby sevens. You're not going to get more agony for the Australians, more ecstasy for the New Zealanders. What a game of rugby we have just witnessed.
Well, tears on one side of utter joy, on the other of despair. Australia have given everything coming in as the tournament favourites, all conquering in the World Sevens Series this year. But it will be only silver, and Dom du Toit, well, her face says everything. So desperate to do it in front of their home crowd, but what a performance by New Zealand. They may have the men's gold medal to follow, but a groundbreaking gold medal is extra sweet, and New Zealand have it. The first gold medal in women's rugby sevens at a Commonwealth Games. They win in extra time, 17 points to 12.